Hey everyone, and welcome back to New York Mets franchise mode. Game 5 is coming up after the really nice Game 4, which featured a gem from Rick Porcello, almost going a complete game, gave up a couple runs in the ninth, and a big game from Pete Alonso and Brendan Nimmo, hitting 2 home runs each. And now we get ready for Game 2. The Mets' number 5 starter, Michael Wacha, going up against the Phillies ace Aaron Nola. So let's hop right into it. As of right now, the weather is looking a little better, so I'll do partly cloudy. I mean, we've had a lot of overcast days this week. So we have Michael Wacha coming out there with his 98 bunting, everything else not so great. We'll definitely talk about him in depth as the game progresses. Like I do, I just talk the whole game. But it looks like the team is getting a little tired, but since it is Nola, I am going to push it, you know what I mean? I'm going to wait until I have facing a different Phillies pitcher. Is Robinson Cano healed? Uh-oh, I didn't even know that. Okay, I didn't see an alert or anything, but it looks like Robinson Cano is fully healed. So, oh boy, that's a big bat that just got back into our lineup. So he's going to move right back into that cleanup spot. Again, as I've said before, this isn't what I would do necessarily. He hasn't really earned this as a member of the Mets. But again, I'm trying to make it as sim as possible. So this is where Robinson Cano would hit. He would hit right there in the middle of the order like he did so much last season, just with contract and ego and all that stuff. But other than that, the lineup looks good. So let's get into it. So we had that really nice game. We got the home run from Dominic Smith. So all in all, everyone's putting together good averages. And, you know, that Cano injury was tough for me because I've been batting .625 with him. He had been swinging the bat really well. Everybody else, their numbers are just crazy right now. Alonso batting over 400. Nimmo McNeil over 300. Ramos near 400. JD almost at 500. It is early in the season, so we know how much batting averages could fluctuate. But also the difficulty is on dynamic, and now we have been bumped up to all-star, so I do expect those numbers to go down. If not, that's a good sign. That means I'm improving as a player, which would be a nice little goal out of this series. I mean, the main thing is just that we get to see Met games, talk about Met games, see possible scenarios, because one of the things that is just always interesting to me is that, like, we don't know if these particular games are going to be played. Are they going to skip these games, or are they going to have these particular games that's supposed to be played in April, but are they going to be played in June or July? So I don't really know. So we'll see how that goes. Michael Wacha, definitely the Mets were like a bounce back at him. Had a tough year with the St. Louis Cardinals. Lost his starting rotation job after he had been such a big-time piece for them at such a young age. In 2013, when the St. Louis Cardinals went to the World Series, Michael Wacha was the 2013 NLCS MVP, and he was a lights-out pitcher for them. And again, like at such a young age, so all you're thinking about is how much this guy could improve. And then in 2015, he becomes an all-star. So you're like, all right, Michael Wacha is really on the trend upwards, but all of a sudden injuries, whether it was a shoulder or an oblique or other injuries that came along the way, Michael Wacha has just not been the same pitcher, and he's been very up and down. And the Mets, you know what, they got him on a really cheap deal, a deal that has a lot of incentives. So Michael Wacha needs to be motivated to get back to that really good pitcher that he once was with St. Louis. And now, one of the things that I had been talking about a lot during spring training was when the Mets signed Michael Wacha, it was very tricky because we're like, wait a second, the Mets already have 5 starting pitchers after they had just signed Rick Porcello. Why would they sign Michael Wacha? Maybe they want him as a reliever, but with the way the deal was sorted out, it looked like he was agreeing to be a starting pitcher. And whenever they interviewed Michael Wacha, he was saying, I was brought in here to be a starting pitcher. I'm going to be a starting pitcher. So we're like, okay, well, how is this going to happen? Because none of these other guys are going to the bullpen. Would the Mets possibly consider a 6-man rotation? Do the Mets want to perhaps trade a starting pitcher in order to, you know, have Michael Wacha be happy and meet what his contract entails? But one of the sayings that you hear a lot is these things have a way of sorting themselves out. And the Noah Syndergaard injury, I mean, that's the perfect example. It is definitely unfortunate for Noah and the rest of the team. But Michael Wacha, he's going to be a starting pitcher. Struck him out. So we will see how he does, because he is going to have the opportunity to prove himself. And you know what? He's going to be important, number 5. And I think he should be better than Jason Vargas. So in that regard, it's kind of an upgrade, despite, never mind, as he serves up a home run to Bryce Harper. That changeup hung right over the middle of the plate. That is out of here. Jeez Louise, Bryce Harper's a tough out. But still, it's just like, I mean, Michael Wacha, we'll see how he does. He definitely is. He's going to be trying to be his best. So that is something in the Mets' advantage, that he is going to be trying as hard as. He's not just going to be very lackadaisical because he has like a big contract and he's like, oh, I could get away with it. Now we get to meet Mr. Aaronola, who had another good year last year. Wasn't quite as good as the year before, but definitely one of the best pitchers in the National League. He's a guy that, you know what, just a couple of years ago, he was right there in the running for the Cy Young with DeGrom and Max Scherzer. And he's a really good pitcher. Obviously, he gives the Mets a lot of trouble. So I'm hoping that he does not give me a lot of trouble because I'm already down in this game. I have my number 5 pitcher out there. But I do have Jeff McNeil at the plate, and I'm swinging. Oh, McNeil rockets one, but foul. Oh, man. Almost had that. Good change up there. McNeil is able to poke one out there for a base hit. That was one. It was 2-strike hitting. It was just on the outside corner, so I had to at least get a piece of it, even though it was early.
Batting second, the center fielder, Brandon Nimmo.
So here's Nims.
Off the plate, ball one.
Aaronola, I mean, for a guy that's so young, he doesn't really have crazy velocity. But you know what? He's one of those guys like we were talking about yesterday with Porcello. He's just a pitcher. You know what I mean? He can move the ball around and he gets guys out. That's the most important thing about pitching. You know, because we talk about it so much, or at least I do, that I believe stuff is overrated. Just because a guy throws 100 does not mean he is a good pitcher, especially in the modern era where a lot of guys throw 100 now. It's not really that big of an accomplishment anymore. But you know what? I'd rather have the guy that if his velocity is lower, but he's an effective pitcher, I'll take that guy. Because last year it's like, oh, but Diaz's stuff is so good. But the guy didn't even pitch well, so it's like, what's the point? Nimmo up the middle, base hit, perfect. Wow, got a good piece of that one. Good timing right there. So Mets are in business here. You got 2 runners on, nobody out, and Big Pete Alonso stepping up to the plate. Had that really big game yesterday, 4 hits, 2 home runs. See what he does today. Alonso rips it foul. I was early again. It's a tough adjustment here because, like I said, so many guys throw hard. Nola's coming in there with that soft stuff. Up and in, ball 1. Ball 2. All right, so Alonso is in a hitter's count right now. Gonna try to strike early against Aaronola. Oh, I thought that one might drop a little more. It's not exactly a great pitch hit. Now that was my last strike to play with, so now I got to be more focused here with the 2-strike approach. Up high, ball 3, a full count with Robbie Cano looming on deck. Alonso gets a good piece of one out into left field, but McCutcheon's got it, 1 out. Oof, a little early there. Again, 2-strike hitting. It was on the outside corner. I had to try to make something happen there. But still a good opportunity here for Robinson Cano, making his way back after missing a few days with some knee inflammation, courtesy of a dumb diving play on my decision. But here's Robbie as he... Oh, that would have been bad if that was in fair territory. Oh, my goodness. I was just early, but still, that fastball had a lot of play. I was expecting more. It seems to me that, for some reason, I've done well on the high pitch with Cano, and I wonder if that's something that really transfers to him in real life. I feel like he's not really been a high ball hitter, but I've done well in high pitches with him. So that's something that we're going to have to follow during the season. But I'm down 2 strikes, so I got to make it happen here. Good curveball. Wow, that thing was slow. It had a lot of drop and movement. He got me good on that. First time he threw it all game. Oh, I blew it. Come on. Look at that fastball. A lot of plate. After back-to-back base runners, I completely squandered with the middle of the order. I don't know the Phillies, every game on their schedule. Nice diving stop by J.D. Davis, and he gets the out. Oh, wow. What a play. I'm surprised the game has J.T. Realmuto batting so low at 6th. I expect him to be higher in the order. I feel like batting him second would be kind of interesting in front of Bryce Harper, or maybe third after Bryce Harper, bat him second. So that could be interesting as Realmuto lights single in right field. 78 speed at catcher is just insane. I mean, he's got a lot of speed. The Mets were obsessed with getting him prior to him being traded to the Phillies. The Marlins were extremely stingy after them getting fleeced on the Stanton and Yelich and Ozuna trade, so they tried to stick it to everybody with Realmuto. And still, I don't think the package they got was the greatest. But, I mean, eventually, no one was really giving them what they were asking for. The asking price was so high, eventually they had to come to their senses because Realmuto wanted out, and obviously they were trying to trade him, even though they were trying to make it look like they weren't. As, God, Michael Walker walks Williams on 4 pitches. That's not what I was trying to do at all. So, I mean, he could do a lot, no doubt. He definitely would have been the #1 choice for the Mets head catcher, but they've had to give up a lot to get him. I'm not sure it would have been worth it. I think Ramos was a pretty nice consolation prize. 1-2. Struck him out, inning over. So Michael Walker puts himself in a little bit of a predicament, able to escape. Ball is going all over the place with this classic. I can't really put it where I want it. That was a good pitch there, but gosh, tough guy to use. Oh, he gets sawed off. Broken bat. Pete Alonso makes the catch. And McCutcheon missed some time for the Phillies last season after he had a nice run with the Yankees when they picked him up from the Giants. He was able to get on base a lot. He drew so many walks, which was really fascinating. But he got hurt for the Philadelphia Phillies pretty early in the season too, and he was doing well for them. They gave him more money than I would have, but we'll see how he does with them for a full season, having Joe Girardi as his manager. And we will see just in general the Girardi effect, because obviously a lot of Mets fans wanted him, including me. Goes to a divisional rival in the Philadelphia Phillies. The Mets wanted more control and what have you. Maybe there could have been a money situation that I don't know of. But still, it's like we'll really get to see how good of a manager Joe Girardi is, to see how much he can improve the Philadelphia Phillies team. So after giving up the homer to Harper, we got him with 2 strikes to try to get rid of him. No, doesn't fish. 2-2. If I have to walk him, I will. I can't really groove it. He's hit a home run in both games of the series already. So he hits another one to right field. McNeil coming over. I got confused. The ball's moving too much. Michael Walker's getting tired already. I'm sorry, guys. It was very loud, but he's only at 47 pitches. Oh, no, that's not good. I just saw his energy bar was yellow. Huh. That's very interesting. That's not good at all.
Leading on for the Mets, the right fielder,
I don't know about that. I wonder if it's because he spent some time as a reliever with the Cardinals and a starter that they knocked his stamina down, making him more like reliever-like. But that's really going to be unfair to me, because he's not going to be a reliever anymore. He's going to be a starter. So I'm going to need him to go a lot deeper into games. I can't have him getting tired in the 3rd inning, because again, this Mets bullpen is just not built for that. Because Gesellman is their quote-unquote long reliever, but even then, he doesn't go that long in a game. So I don't think that's going to work too well. Oh, Neil fights it off. McNeil lines one the other way into the gap. Perfect for a leadoff double. So McNeil with the 2nd hit of the game, trying to make something happen against Aaron Nola. Alonso puts it through the hole. Base hit. McNeil turns 3rd. He's headed home. He's going to test Andrew McCutcheon's arm. He's safe without a play. It's an RBI single for Pete Alonso, and we are now tied up at 1. Big hit from Big Pete. Definitely will take it. I really don't want to let Nola get too much into a groove and, get further behind. So it's good to just, make it a brand new ball game. Once Michael Walker is a full-time starting pitcher again, and he built his arm up, that his stamina will be better, and then the game will have to adjust from there and give him the improved stamina, so that won't be as much of a problem. Brandon Nimmo going back in the gap, makes a nice play, 1 out. Beatty definitely gave that one a ride. But, we'll see how his arm develops during the course of the season, or if it's going to be something like that where, the Mets aren't going to let him go deep into games, because even Vargas, even if he was pitching okay and didn't have an extremely high pitch count, they would just pull him, because that's the way they went about it with him. Like, they had a plan, Vargas is going 5 innings, and that's that. Mickey Callaway, one thing's about him, I believe he was kind of stubborn. He only had one way of thinking about it, and I think as a manager that's not really the thing you could do, because you never could really plan something out in sports. It's so unpredictable. It's one of the things we like about it. So I don't know. I think you have to have backup plans. Just be ready for other things that could occur during the course of the game. And that's going to be, a really interesting difference between him and Luis Rojas. Is Rojas going to be that stubborn as well? Will Rojas, be more able to adapt and change his mind on certain things? I think also going to be really interesting as Michael Wacha strikes out Nick Williams, struck him out, and the inning is over. So bottom of the fourth, still tied at 1. McNeil rockets one to deep right center field. Back goes Bryce Harper. It's out of here. A big solo shot from Jeff McNeil to put the Mets up 2-1. McNeil's 4th home run of the season. First one since opening day. We had that 3-homer game, but that was a really nice hit there. Aaron Nola finally left a pitch over the plate that I could drive and was able to make the most of it. Good shot from Jeff McNeil. A perfect. And we definitely needed that as we now go out in front. And if the bullpen could hold on, we give Michael Wacha a chance at a victory. So that's definitely positive. I was hoping we can get another look at it, see what's going on in the dugout. But for Jeff, that's the thing. Beat contact first, but if they leave one over the plate, we know he has the power to do it. So that's just one of the things that make him such a good hitter. And this one, it got out in a hurry at the 106.6 mile per hour exit velocity. Didn't go too far, 407, but it was a nice hit for sure. Brock, let's get rid of him. Again, not giving him anything to hit. I'm throwing it all the way out there, hoping for the best. Worth a try. I don't like throwing an inside slider because the risk of it hanging or hitting him, but that works too. Okay, well, better hitting him than him hitting the ball over the wall. That's the way I look at it. Every time I see Bryce Harper speed, it surprises me. 72 speed is quite a lot. Especially considering Ramos has 0, Cano has 12. Not saying those guys are lightning fast, but they're better than that. If Harper is 72, come on. Strike 2. So again, Brad Brock able to get ahead. Not as afraid of Rhys Hoskins. I know he has a lot of power as he puts one in the alleyway. And McNeil can't get to him with Bryce Harper. That 72 speed, he's going to score. Gonna make a play at the plate, and he's safe. RBI double for Rhys Hoskins, and the Phillies tired right back up. See, again, this is the thing where if Michael Wacha's only going 5 innings, I can't really do much, because if I have to go for the bullpen this long, it's not easy at all. Oh no, that was driven deep right center field. Over comes Brandon Nimmo, makes the play, 1 out. Rhys Hoskins going to 3rd. He'll be there easily. Jeez, please. I really want to go to Wilson. I'm going to Wilson. I can't take any chances. 3-2 from Wilson. Struck him out. Big strikeout from Justin Wilson. 2 outs. That pitch was a ball, but it got in on him enough to where he was forced to swing. Ooh, good slider. 0-2. Justin Wilson escaped. Here's the 0-2. Oh, that one's popped left field. That's going to fall for a base hit. And McNeil drives another one deep right field. It is. It's out of here. Jeff McNeil ties the game with his 2nd home run of the game and his 4th hit, as we are now tied at 3 apiece. I don't know, it seems that it comes in bunches from McNeil. He hits 3 home runs in one game, does hit A for the next few, then he hits 2. So, you know what, I'll take it. I needed it both times, obviously, with the struggles I've had on offense in this game. And once again, we have a brand new ball game. I tell you what, Phillies bullpen is going to be interesting because they don't necessarily have a bunch of lockdown relievers. So that's going to be tough, and especially with someone like Aaron Nola, who he exits the game. He pitched really well, but then you bring in a guy like Victor Arano, who he's not an all-star. He's not a guy that doesn't necessarily put fear in a team. So and things like this is going to happen to Philadelphia. Falls behind Alonso, 3-0, and I'm looking to hit here. You know what I mean? This is Pete Alonso. I'm trying to take the lead. I'm swinging. Just kidding. That pitch was uncompetitive. I'll take my base runner. I'm thinking of pinch running for Alonso. What do you guys think about that? Let's do it. Is this the go-ahead run? I could slide Dom Smith to first base, and I will let Cordell run. Because this is, you know, the most important time of the game. And let me do the pitch. Oh my God! Guys, no! I meant to pinch run, not pinch hit Cano. Well, Jake Brizzick, you're batting. Oh God, this is bad. I still want to pinch run, though. What's Guillorme? Guillorme's not even faster. I can't even do it now. I'm so dumb. I'm not smart. My bad, guys. Oh, I feel so dumb right now. Oh, I wish I had Cano up with a fast runner on first. I'm all befuddled right now. I gotta settle down. Oh, I'm all jacked up now. Oh. Come on, Marissa, show me some of that power. Oh, got a piece. Tipped it, can't count it. Marissa, oh man, that was right down the middle. Wow, missed that one. Oh, good curveball, Marissa. You know, one thing's in our advantage is that we are the home team, so no matter what, we will get a chance to win the game. It definitely changes the way you could use the bullpen, because the way I view it is, if I was the away team, I would save Diaz for my save opportunity. But now it's like I could use him whenever I want. I'm gonna use him in the 10th inning. So it's just like this way I could try my best to keep the game tied as long as I can for me to then get my run to finish off the game. So here we go, bottom of the 9th, tie game. A run wins it. So let's make it happen. See, that's why I want to intentionally walk the guy, so I could have got a different pitcher out there. You know, this guy isn't good. I just stink, but still would have been another arm for them to use. Ramos starts the inning off nicely, lining a base hit into center field. With his 0 speed, he's going to stay there. Of course, I used all of my pinch runners, so it's like can't even pinch run him now. I mean, what could I do? How much faster is Tomas Nido? It's better than nothing. Fine. Even though 92%. Oh my gosh. I might as well send Ramos, right? What else could go wrong? I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Could you guys believe I just did it again? Because it showed me the thing. So I thought it was like, I don't know. So here's Ahmed Rosario with a chance to walk it off in this absolute nightmare of a managing game by me. I can't stop laughing because I accidentally pinch hit Tomas Nido for Dom Smith, who I didn't really, I'm not good with Dom anyway. And the fact that Nido just lined that double gave me a chance to win the game. Now I got to bring home the 0 speed Wilson Ramos, and of course the umpire calls that strike. I don't know, this whole thing is such an embarrassment, it's funny. Here we go. Rosario lines it. Foul. I used my whole bench, I used my whole bullpen, and we're not even in extra innings. Guillorme, a little bloop! Falls through! Ramos scores, and the ball game is over. Put it in the books. The New York Mets walk it off in just really ugly fashion. I messed up really bad with the pinch running, the pitch hitting, and just everything was wrong and bad, and I raged and acted like a baby. But you know what? We'll take the victory. It was the whole game was just ugly. The way it was back and forth, and I had to use so many relievers and everything. And you know, I definitely had other opportunities to win this game. I had a bunch of double plays, and again, just a lot of mistakes. Definitely with the pinch hitting, that's what really stood out. But a huge game for Jeff McNeil as he hit those couple home runs. We get the victory, so we take the first 2 games of this series. We're able to win the matchup that was Michael Wacha versus Aaron Nola. So I definitely think that that is a plus because, oh, Dom Smith poured the Gatorade on McNeil. That's funny. Even though they didn't take Luis Guillorme's shirt off. But still, it's just the fact that Guillorme was able to come through. That was good because I just struck out Rosario. I had 2 strikes with Yorme. It wasn't a good pitch to hit, and he just got enough of it for us to go ahead and win the game. I hope you guys did enjoy this. If you did, leave a like. Comment what you think about the game and what other things do you want me to do, whether it's gaming wise or elsewhere for the channel. And I'm always open to suggestions and what have you. But until the next video, be safe, be healthy, be smart, and have a